If I'm ever trapped or in trouble, promise you'll come and save me.
I promise.
Welcome to Final Fantasy Fan. I've been a huge fan of Final Fantasy VII since 1997, and I wanted to show my support for the game by creating yet another gameplay channel. I was about 15 years old when it came out, and I would spend hours and hours, probably 8 to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week all summer long, playing Final Fantasy VII with my neighbor Sean. Now that I think back, I'm not sure we ever actually beat the weapons without using cheats and stuff. Like Game Shark type stuff, but I know we did beat the game, like the outright game. But that game always stuck with me ever since I was a young kid. I was, big into video games, not so much into girls at the time. And honestly, the scene, the scene, hit me really hard. Not really being emotionally mature enough to understand the adult nuances, if you will, between the relationship dynamic of Cloud and Tifa at that young age. And just being exposed to the flirtiness from Aerith, or Aerith, however you want to say it. I go with Aerith. We always went with Aerith for the gameplay and the date. I mean, I would always, once we left Regar, I would always have Aerith and Tifa on my team every time. But I would always focus on getting the Aerith date, and I don't know, it was just this weird thing. I just didn't fully understand Tifa's backstory. And then, I loved this game so much. Even as a young kid, I literally wrote a letter to Squaresoft at 15 years old asking them, why did you kill Aerith in this game? She was so pivotal in the gameplay. And obviously I never heard a response back. Actually, maybe I did. I think it was just a generic cut and paste. Like, thanks for the support. We appreciate that you like the game. And they weren't going to answer that question, but the game really drew me in, and I don't know. Something about this game got me and just buried inside me. I was big into like games like Resident Evil, Mortal Kombat, Grand Theft Auto. Now I'm trying to think back, like what else did we have play? Like Oddworld, just stuff like that. I was never really into sports games, never really into like military style games, like sniper games. I mean, I did have Ghost Recon. It was cool, but I can remember how pissed my parents would get, like on Christmas, when they would get us like Resident Evil, and it would only take us 4 hours to beat the whole game. Yeah, they loved it when Final Fantasy came around, because there's a game that we just kept doing different things with, and it was great. I kind of really like the RPG stuff, and Final Fantasy VII got me. I loved it, and then I did 8 and 9 and 10, and I loved 10. 10 was awesome. But then when I did 10 Part 2, I was like, you know what? I'm a little older now. I'm dating, and this is just kind of weird. I was just at that time in my life where I was just, I don't know, I just couldn't really invest in playing an all-girl character game that just, I didn't know where that storyline was going, and 10 was really good. I loved it, and I didn't want to, I don't know, I can't really say why, but I think I just got into work and college and all that, and I just didn't have time, and it just didn't really catch me interest-wise, you know what I mean? And to be honest with you, I haven't really gone any further than that. I never did like the 11 or 12 or 13, 14, whatever. I always stuck with the console, old schools. I did do some World of Warcraft for a couple of years. that was fun. I mean, I was really late getting into that. But it was fun, especially like trolling people a little bit. But after that one, then I saw the commercials that they were gonna remake Final Fantasy VII, and I almost shit my fucking pants, like literally. Like, oh my god, no way! And I did message Sean, and he was like, get the hell out of here. I'm like, yeah, they're remaking it. I'm like, I'm totally gonna go buy it. You know, the last PlayStation I owned was a PS2, and then I had just gone to PC for like World of Warcraft and stuff. And I was like, dude, I will buy a PS4 just for this game. And I did. I bought a PS4 literally just to buy Final Fantasy Remake. And amazing. Just absolutely amazing. I loved every second of it. And then, obviously, Rebirth came out. You needed a PS5. I'm like, son of a bitch. But no, I still did it. I bought a PS5. And then bought Rebirth, and amazing, like absolutely fucking amazing. I can't even emphasize enough. And I hear all this talk on the internet that they didn't meet their sales, goals for SquareSoft or Square Enix with Rebirth, and it just drops my jaw. I'm like, this is literally, I kid you not, like the most amazing game I've ever played in my life. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. The newest one, the part 2. It's the best game I've ever played in my life. It is so good. But the sales is so low, and I'm like, oh my god, they really screwed it with this. They should have released it on PC also. Because, money's tight with a lot of people in this economy. And a lot of people still have PS4s. And it's like, and I totally get it. I get why they had to bump it up a nickel to the PS5. For the stronger processor.
Hey, not so fast, hotshot. Hold on a second.
What's the holdup?
Just gotta wait for the textures to load.
Whatever.
Alright, all clear. Let's go.
What's the sound?
It's the PS4.
To be able to handle the graphics, because there was obviously the graphics issues in the remake. But, dude, it was worth every freaking dollar. It was so amazing, and it made me feel so sad that they didn't reach their sales goals that I'm like, no, forget it. I'm starting a channel, and I'm going to make a channel. I'm 41 years old now. I was 15 years old when I played this game. I'm playing the new ones. I bought the remake when it came out. I won't lie to you. I haven't done the Yuffie thing because I didn't have the PS5. I just got the PS5 just for Rebirth. I'm gonna do the Yuffie one. The intergrade, but I figured in this playthrough I'll do it in order. But I was so upset that they didn't make enough money with this that I'm like, I'm making a channel to be like, this game affected me. Like, I love this game.
Have your fun. While you still have time.
It was like a major point in my life during my adolescence, and it stuck with me. And now learning the more flushed out storyline especially for Tifa, I feel awful now that I always went for Aerith back in the day. Had I known that there was some weird relationship style connection betwine Cloud and Tifa, I would have gone for that. But I never, being an ignorant little stupid child at 15 with zits all over my face, I had no clue how to read the subtle hints from a woman.
Hey, get your shit together. Tifa needs you.
So we always went with Aerith. But seeing the remake, it's like, oh my god, it should have been Tifa. It's always been Tifa. And hearing about her backstory, and then even digging even deeper into her backstory in the Two Past novel. It was Traces of Two Past. I haven't actually gotten a chance to read it yet, but I did listen to some audio commentary about the book on a YouTube channel, I guess. That shit brought tears to my eyes. learning about that story. And I was like, holy shit, dude. You know, what happened to her after Zangan had rescued her from the reactor after Sephiroth attack. And honestly, if you've never played this game, you're really missing out. It's got the best storyline, the best characters, the best world building, the best music, so much adventure, tons of different battles, boss fights. It's an incredible story that I can't see anyone not enjoying.
Where'd you get that? I can't remember the last time I saw a real one. Huh? How sweet. When did you get so thoughtful?
If you've never played this game, you're missing out. It's literally the best game of all time, the best storyline of all time.
But hell, don't take my word for it. Check this out.
Spring comes, I'm leaving town. I'm gonna be a soldier.
So, think you'll be in the papers?
I'll try.
Just promise me one thing. If I'm ever trapped or in trouble, promise you'll come and save me.
Huh?
Every little light burning bright runs off her blood. And bit by bit they bleed her, never stopping to think how it'll end for them.
You weren't thinking of leaving Midgar anytime soon, were you?
Since Avalanche blew up 2 reactors, Shin-Ra's decided they ought to stamp them out, home base it all.
You think he's a keeper?
You saw him in action, didn't you? Give up?
Mako is the lifeblood of our world. The hell you think's gonna happen when it's all gone, huh? Answer me!
I'm really glad to have you back, Cloud. Really glad.
Well, seems this old friend of mine's in a tight spot. A long time ago, I said I'd be there for her. Made a promise. So...
This couldn't have been us.
what's done is done.
Y'all gotta look at the bigger picture here. Nothing worth fighting for was ever won without sacrifice.
The Shin-Ra Electric Power Company isn't the real enemy. I promise you, there's a much bigger threat. I just want to do everything in my power to help. All of you. And the planet.
I'm waiting.
Almost there, Cloud. We're almost there.
Good, Cloud. Very good. Hold on.